Hi everyone and welcome back to Flat Out. Today we're going to be continuing with my Forza Horizon 5 Let's Play and it's episode 17. So I think this episode we're going to do some more of that El Camino challenges, which is the photo events. And we'll get a few more of those done. I think we can get to near the end of it this episode. And I think we're going to do a showcase. We might do one other event. I've seen a new event pop up and I think we're going to try that as well.
She said she was writing stories for her grandchildren. But if they're true, her story deserves to be told. And you and I can prove it. Vamos, tumulehe, let's go. We can start in the center of town and move outwards.
And that should be 3 stars. That wasn't too bad.
Lady Sydney writes that a local bruja, a wise woman, said the statues were only visible on certain days in the rain because they are statues of Tlaloc.
I still think it's the trees hiding it. But call me when you work out the next location, okay?
And well, we're already on the 6th event. And we're back in the Lumicraft, it looks like.
Eso, bien. We might get a little wet.
I'll keep the windows closed.
Okay, a ver. Okay, let me translate this part. The cool waters of Agua Azul quenched our thirst and inspired our hearts. In the heart of the blue water is
I would love to know from you guys, what is your preferred style of racing? Do you guys like off-road? Do you like road racing? Do you like drifting? You know, what sort of motorsport is your favorite?
So the question is, why was the diary of Lady Sydney Wolverstone published as fiction? She was really here. She really had aventuras all over Mexico.
Maybe she didn't want to be famous.
Or maybe she didn't think anybody would believe her. Muy bien. Keep heading west. Muy bien, ahí estás. We'll turn off the road near the waterfalls.
Oh, this little buggy did not do too bad.
The pictures are good. And you know, having pictures means no one can doubt us if we can find the statues again.
Turn left. You have arrived at your destination.
It looks like we only have 3 more El Camino events and then this should be done.
I found more of Lady Sydney's papers, original drafts of El Camino. She made pencil sketches of formations that I recognize in the Valle de las Ranas, and she sketched one of the statues.
Lead the way.
And we're back in the Bronco. I've actually seen just a lot of these out and about lately since these got released. It seems to be a very popular car. I think they're really cool, and I think I may own one. The only problem I find is I would probably get a pre-owned Raptor rather than the Bronco.
That is interesting.
But what would you guys
Let's see if
take?
we can
Bronco or pre-owned Raptor?
East of Guanajuato. Mira, let's go. Valle de las Ranas means Valley of the Frogs, though I always thought the stones looked more like fantastical creatures. And Lady Sydney did too. She got sketches in her book. Mira, imagínatelo, imagine it. Explorers like Lady Sydney came all this way with nothing but ganas y un gran amor for the wilds of Mexico.
She sounds like someone I know.
Yeah. Yo? I shoot cars for the festival. You do all the work. And my ride is a lot faster than her wagons, no?
We have slightly more than 1 horsepower.
Bueno, I suppose reading El Diario is one of the reasons I became una fotógrafa. I wanted to capture the same belleza she did.
So this one was relatively quick and really easy to
Today,
get to,
the Valle
like
de
no
las Ranas
difficulty
is one
getting
of the
3
most
stars.
visited natural wonders in Mexico. Lady Sydney definitely knew a marvel when she saw one.
But the guidebooks don't say anything about a Tlaloc statue here.
So here's the new event. I haven't done one before, so let's check what this is all about.
This is El Campeón, one of the greatest lucha de carreteras fighters in Mexico. Señor Campeón, may I present the driver I told you about? Híjole, that went well.
Wait, what?
That means El Campeón will train you. But you must prove that you're worth his time. I've got a car ready.
Oh, so I wanted to give you all an update on the E36. Now I will do an actual live update video, but it kind of broke. And by that I mean it was broken, but has since been fixed. So don't worry, the car is running again. But basically the car was leaking coolant, and I couldn't find the source of where the coolant was actually leaking. Now, the car had recently had its head gasket done, so I assumed the worst, that it might be the head gasket again. And so I continued for 2 days topping up the car, just trying to see where a leak was coming out, but the reservoir just was constantly drained after a short drive. This was getting quite annoying because here in Canada it's getting really cold and the heater wasn't working.
Long straight.
So what I did is I actually phoned the mechanic shop that actually did the head gasket, and I just said, hey, listen, it's leaking some coolant, can you guys just take a quick look at it? I then went there a couple days later and they took a look at it, and eventually they determined that it was just a little clamp on the bottom of the reservoir, and that's where all the coolant was leaking out. So it was a very simple issue, just, causing big problems. So the E36 is back and running, it's all good, and it's currently what I'm driving at the moment. I will be honest, I've absolutely loved owning this little car. It's actually been a ton of fun, and it's a really good platform, I would say, to start driving with if you want something sort of sporty and enthusiastic. But just know what you're getting yourself into. And by that I mean BMW parts aren't cheap.
That's definitely enough to impress El Campeón. Well done. El Campeón is prepared to take you on as a student. ¡Felicidades!
Okay, now to the showcase event. Ah, now we're in the Bronco race car. This has been a very Bronco episode, hasn't it?
It's funny. Of all the race drivers and pilots and thrill seekers I've met, they seem to be the most intense. Who knew? I hope you're ready for this.
They do really try and make these showcases as interesting as possible. I mean, racing jet skis. But it's definitely been a good race so far. And I definitely think the Bronco race car is the perfect vehicle to race against these jet skis, especially in this environment. But yeah, I think that'll be everything for this episode. I also wanted to make sure I gave you guys an update on the E36. But if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and comment for more. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.